guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Brenna. So today I'm going to be doing just like a dark smoky makeup look. Let's see how this goes. So my camera keeps going in and out of focus. I don't really know what's wrong with it, and I haven't gotten a tripod yet, so it's a mess. So here we go. So for a primer, I usually use the Prep and Prime MAC Skin Base. Basically, that's what I use. See that? Yeah. And I personally just put it all over. So I like to contour before my foundation, and I just really like to do that because I think it works better for my face. I'm also going to put on some concealer. All right, so I use this BH Cosmetics brush 137 for my contour. I know that's backwards, but. And I'm using the Anastasia palette, and it's in the light shade. I like to dip into both of these colors, these two, and then I just put it on my face. So I just like to mix them together. And excuse me for always looking to the side, my mirror is like right down here. All right, see if I can make this work like this. Moving it to a different spot. Maybe I won't go out of focus as much. Hey, hey. All right. I'm gonna do my eyes first, just because I make a mess. So I'm gonna do my eyes. So today I'm gonna use the Morphe palette. Yeah, we're gonna use this. I think so. That's what I'm feeling today. Okay. God. Can you please, for a moment, just like a moment, please. It's my favorite brush, and I love to use dark colors with this one. This, you can tell, it's like super fluffy, but it's definitely a little dense, and it's my favorite for doing like a darker crease shade or inner corner. Just love it. right. I can dig. I think I'm okay with this. Now for the eyebrows. And the colors I used were Cafe, darker, Unreal, and then I mixed Bacon Wannabe. So that's how that went. Do I look like I have a black eye? A little bit. It's okay. It's fine. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for sticking around for my very first video. I highly appreciate it. I wasn't going to post this at first, so do bear with me that I completely just stopped talking towards the end, which is kind of why I did fast forward through everything. Like I said, I wasn't going to post this video, but my friends keep asking for it, and I was like, alright, I have it recorded, I'll just post it. So thank you again for bearing with me for how long it's taken to actually post the video. The few people I did show it to before posting did mention that I forgot to show basically everything I used. So I figured I would just quickly add it in the end, just for you guys to have kind of an idea of what I use, because I did kind of run through it quickly. Okay, so all the brushes that I use, for the most part, I think they're all BH Cosmetics. Some of them are fairly old, so I don't have numbers for them anymore. I'll try to link what I can below, but yeah, let me just kind of jump right in. So for my foundation, I did use both the Fit Me foundation, and it is in 110, as well as on top, because I really wanted more of a full coverage, I use the Fenty foundation, and I am a, there you go. The primer that I use is MAC, the Prep and Prime. I'm pretty sure I said that in the video, but you know, that's just how I go. Okay, so the brushes that I use just a regular beauty blender for my foundation. Sorry everything's so dirty, I just came back from New Jersey. Alright. Okay, what else did I use? For concealer, I do use the Infallible by L'Oreal, and it's just the lightest color that they have. And then I use this beauty blender that I got in my Ipsy bag to blend it all in. I love it. To contour, I do use the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, and I do this before my foundation. And so I use this color and this color, which are Java and Havana. I mix them together, and I use that to contour. And then I use this brush, which is 137, to contour with it. So that's what I use to blend. For my nose, I use 138, and it's literally the exact same brush, just a little smaller. So that's what I use to contour my nose. All right. For blush, I use both of these. I use this little Tarte one called Feisty. Let's see if I can open that. It's like a nice little color. And I just used a regular blush brush right on top. Like I said, these don't have any numbers, but I'll link where I got these and which part that I got them. On top of that, I did use this baked highlighter, Prosecco, and I like that it is pink. It has a little shimmer to it, but it's not, I don't use it as a highlighter, I just kind of use it as a blush. And I use this brush, which is brush 133, just to go right on top. All right, for powdered contour, which I use after my foundation, I do use the Anastasia palette again. This is the light palette as well as the cream one. And I use, once again, these two mixed together. That's how I just go right on top afterwards. All right, to highlight, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. And the color I used was Summer, that one right there. And I use that for my brow as well as my cheeks. And I use a fan brush to do this. All right, let's see. I know this is in like no particular order. I am so sorry if you're looking for something specific. To do my eyeshadow, I did use the Morphe palette, which this was my first time using this palette. It's the Natural Glow, the 350 palette. Okay, so let's see. I used, all right, so I have all the names here. So the darker shades that I used, I did, if you can see that, I used darker on the outer corner. I went in with Cafe to deepen it later. And then to blend in, I used Unreal. And then in the middle for my inner crease, I used Legacy right there. See all that? Yeah. And then for my inner corner, because, oh, I'm sorry, I also used Sizzle when I didn't feel like it gave me an orangey color enough. For my inner corner, I didn't feel like the color that was in there was bright enough. So I did go in with my Modern Renaissance palette and I used Burmer for my inner corner. Yeah, that wasn't a cute look. All right, so I do use this Shine Control by Neutrogena just on top of my cheeks, like in my cheekbone area before I bake, just because I feel like for me it helps. I don't know, I've always done it that way. I did just start using this e.l.f. powder. I think it worked well. It didn't leave any serious residue. I left it on there for a little bit and then I wiped it off with this, again, no number, but I use this brush to wipe it all off. For my powdered contour, I didn't really say this, I use this brush. It's an angled brush. It's what I use to do it. And then, again, I'm a mess. For my eyeshadow, I used this brush right here. For my outer corner, I use this one to blend. This one right here is typically for my inner corners or outer corners. I use this for dark colors. I really like it. I used this brush right here for the bronze in the middle. And then I used this one for the concealer that I put on my lid, as well as when I concealed my eyebrows. And then this one I just used for my inner corner. I think that's it as far as brushes. Okay, for my brows, I've been using this forever. I go in with this e.l.f. Brow color. I only use the cream one. I go in with that first, and then after I've like done my line, I go in with the Anastasia Brow Dip and I use soft brown, but I do wish I would have gone darker. I've used this since I was blonde and I left it that. I do use this brush and it's a Sephora brush. I've been using this brush for way too long, but that's what I use for that. Let's see. To put on the pressed powder, I used this beauty blender right here. I don't like it wet. I feel like it leaves streaks, so I just use it for powder. And then lastly for my brows, I went in with this e.l.f. brow pencil and I just traced. And that worked for me. That was also new. A few of these things I used were new. And then lastly, for my lips, I went in with the Huda Beauty lip pencil, and it was in Trendsetter. Yeah, so here it is. I have like the little contour kits that I use. So I have like quite a few of these, and it has this, and it came with a pencil. I think that's it. I think it's basically everything I used. Again, sorry guys, I completely just flopped on this first video, and I was just gonna make a new one, but people were asking, so I figured why not just show them how bad the first one was. But thank you again guys for all your support. Thanks for bearing with me for I think like 30 minutes, and I hope you like it. Bye!